Good evening. Making the headlines on Mello TV, evening news at 8. St. James relaunches Neighborhood Watch. Dressmaker and male family friend fatally shot in St. James. Police seek men in assault on Cumberland High School student. Parliament kickstarts State of the Nation debate. And now, the details. The St. James Neighborhood Watch was relaunched yesterday at the Freeport Police Station as a public declaration against crime and violence. Speaking at the launch, Dr. Asha Mwendo, president of the Neighborhood Watch movement, emphasized that crime and violence are diseases and a deviation from the positive aspects of society.
Not always be able to pick up what is wrong. When I go out on the field to do meat inspection, I don't look for bad meat. I look for good. So I look for the markers of what would make the meat healthy. So when I go into any community, I look for the markers that should make that community healthy. Anything that is divergent from that will be easily identified because it does not fit. It is wrong. I may not know the name of the disease that I have identified, but I know that a disease exists. Crime and violence and criminality is a disease. It's a disease that starts at the cradle for many and will end in the grave for many. And it's a disease that will take healthy people from the cradle to the grave.
In order to combat the crime epidemic, Dr. Mwendo suggested that a good starting point would be to promote more positive news and establish a partnership between the community and police.
The only way they can do their job is we are partners with them. Tell what you know. And I'm going to say it very seriously, the life you save may be your very own. To everyone who listens to me this afternoon, who are saying, I will not speak up because I'm afraid that it will cost me my life, I'm going to say to you, keeping silent can also cost you your life. Or the life of a loved one, the life of a friend.
Affirming the need for cooperation among residents, Sergeant Winston Harris urged the persons in attendance to be good neighbors and report what they see.
We dare to be fast. You know, the Jamaican fast, the inquisitiveness. You know, where if I'm here and somebody stops at my gate, I have a fast neighbor who's going to call me and still WhatsApp me to say, did you expect a man in a one brickyard? I see them and look on the house, them and drive slow, etc., etc. You know, so you start to call a few other persons. Have you seen this car earlier, etc., etc. It matters. And so the partnership, it is fundamental and it must continue.
Sergeant Harris, who is in charge of organizing the neighborhood programs within the JCF, said since 1987, the police have launched over 187 Neighborhood Watch schemes. He further stated that the Neighborhood Watch movement started in the United Kingdom, and for Jamaica to have a successful Neighborhood Watch program, there needs to be increased follow-up and an expansion into more communities. In other news, effective midnight on Saturday, June 17, the westbound overpass bridge connecting Hagley Park Road to Marcus Garvey Drive will be closed to traffic. Now, this closure is necessary to address a drainage issue on the eastern side of the bridge. Stephen Shaw, Manager of Communication and Customer Service at the National Works Agency, NWA, assures that the remedial work delayed earlier this week due to technical difficulties will be completed within 24 hours. Motorists, particularly those heading to the Portmore section of Highway 2000 or Marcus Garvey Drive, are advised to use alternate routes and follow the posted warning signs and instructions of flagged persons. The bridge is expected to reopen at midnight on Sunday, June 18. We go now to tragic news from St. James, where an elderly woman and a male family friend were fatally shot in Lilliput. The victims have been identified as 63-year-old Vernice Blackwood and 28-year-old Romario Bromfield, a music producer. Gunshots were reported at around 6:10 p.m., prompting the police to respond. Upon their arrival, they found Blackwood's lifeless body on a veranda, while Bromfield's body was discovered at the rear of the house. Miraculously, Blackwood's son escaped unharmed. The crime scene was processed and the bodies were taken for post-mortem examinations. The Barretown police are currently investigating this incident. Still making the news tonight, the Economic and Social Council held an urgent meeting to discuss the food security issues in Haiti. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, in his address via video conference, said Jamaica remains a strong advocate for the people of Haiti.
Jamaica and CARICOM have agreed to support Haiti towards reestablishing political stability and, importantly, in addressing security concerns. Simultaneously, we continue to have our eyes on the humanitarian situation, but we also acknowledge the need to address the security issues which have impeded the attention to basic human needs. The perspective I formed when I was honored to lead a CARICOM special mission to Haiti in February this year, that there was urgent need for action, is reinforced. At the same time, it provided hope and confirmed my firm commitment towards ensuring that a broad spectrum of key stakeholders in Haiti need to be heard if there is to be any chance for implementable solutions to the challenges in the country.
Prime Minister Holness, in giving his commitment, emphasized the urgent support that is needed.
Need for action is urgent and compelling and requires concerted attention. Madam President, the multifaceted Haitian crisis requires multi-pronged, multinational responses, and we need to work on all fronts at the same time. While the political challenges need attention, we must also address the immediate needs of the population. It is of serious concern that humanitarian agencies, due to insecurity, have been prevented from clearing shipments and delivering well-needed assistance. The resulting vulnerability and weakened resilience have contributed to conditions for ongoing crime. We must break this vicious cycle.
In his plea, Mr. Holness shared suggestions to ease Haiti's multifaceted burden.
Innovative approaches, including through a humanitarian corridor supported by international partners, would assist in unblocking the supply chain and in facilitating imports and distribution. Support for the overwhelmed Haitian National Police is therefore urgently required so they can assist with the movement of goods into and through the ports to communities. Beyond these immediate concerns, we also need to support the development of sustainable solutions for homegrown food production and agro-processing.
The Prime Minister's address comes on the heels of the previous talks held this week on the state of Haiti and Jamaica's commitment to support. In breaking news coming into our news center, the 4 persons of interest listed in relation to the stabbing of a student from a high school in St. Catherine have turned themselves in. The St. Catherine South detectives will interview all 4 in the presence of their legal representatives. The St. Catherine South Police announced earlier today that they were seeking the 4 men for assault on a 16-year-old Cumberland High School student yesterday at around 3 p.m. The individuals are Jamil, otherwise called Ayers, from Power Lane, a man known as EJ, also from Power Lane, OD from Hardware Lane, and Okra from Rosemary Lane. The incident that occurred on Cumberland Drive was captured on video. The student is currently in stable condition at the hospital. Continuing with the news tonight, the opening of the State of the Nation debate was held today in the Houses of Parliament. Some of the remarks were made by seasoned Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith and newly minted Senator Abka Fitz-Henley, as well as Dana Morris-Dixon. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, in responding to questions posed in the Senate, shared that the country's national security programming and design is one that aims to have far-reaching benefits.
Baselining, monitoring and evaluation, I will tell you that that's a significant component of this. And how that works, I think, will be significant for how it is that social intervention is pursued going forward. The concept of violence interrupters has not been lost, but again, we have had more than one Minister of National Security that has expressed concerns about how that program and how the PMI operated before. Not that there are not good elements, but it was not felt to be delivering the best use of funds for what it was costing the government. And that is why there has been redesign underway. And that is why we're ensuring that going forward, we're building on a sound and evidence-based platform.
Senator Johnson-Smith also gave an update on the attack on the Jamaican consulate in Haiti.
The consulate is voluntary. The honorary consul is a voluntary position. It is not paid. It is not staffed by Jamaicans. It's staffed by Haitians. And again, as I say, we continue to express our sympathies and to hope for the safe return of the three missing security guards. And of course, we'll continue to remain close to any intelligence that changes how it is that this matter is being viewed. We have, of course, also received the sympathies and regrets from the Prime Minister of Haiti, from his Foreign Minister, and of course from stakeholders who were present in Kingston at the time when the attack took place.
In his contribution, Senator Fitz-Henley commended Prime Minister Andrew Holness for being a progressive leader who appointed Headley at the young age of 34. He further commended Mr. Holness for giving other young persons the chance to contribute to nation building and shared his perspective on the current state of Jamaica's economy.
Colleagues, about the future of Jamaica's economy. The latest figures suggest that in the near future, we will see additional and notable expansion. In the January to March quarter of this year, the economy grew by 2.7% when compared to a similar phase last year, an indication that we are heading in the right direction. The state of the nation is such that the Jamaican economy has been managed so well by this administration that we have presided over 8 consecutive quarters of positive expansion. And unlike what often transpired when the former PNP administration was in office, we have not levied any new taxes on the backs of the Jamaican people for 8 consecutive years.
The purpose of Jamaica's State of the Nation debate is to provide an opportunity for members of Parliament to discuss and assess the current state of affairs in the country, serving as a means of transparency, accountability, and democratic discourse in shaping the direction and priorities of the nation. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Hill. Do stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.